What's up, friends? Murray here, showing you the homework for today. Um, it's going to be due next Wednesday for our Class D section. So if you're you're watching this first, if you're in A week, it's due next Wednesday. If you're part of the B week, it'll be due one day earlier. It'll be due on Tuesday because of the 1 week before break situation. I got to move it up a day. So don't worry about that, though. It's only like one less day. It's not a big deal. Um, so here, I'm sharing screen, cool. Here we see the homework. This is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be called week 6 homework. There's 3 things to do. There's like this table here, and then there's 2 much shorter things. This one question here, and this one question here that are down here. So in here, you're gonna fill out the tables going across here. So if you see I filled out the molecule name named water, you need to answer the different things for water. You need to give me its molecular formula in this box, the total number of atoms in this box, valence electrons, bonded electrons. Notice how I bolded valence and bonded, they're 2 different things. And then you're going to put in a screenshot of the Lewis dot structure. So I'm now going to show an example for water. I'm going to show you an example of what this looks like. That way you can do it for the other ones. So you might be saying like, okay, well, what do I do? You need to use this link right here. When you click this link, it's going to bring you to this page right here. Okay, so you're like this page, you're like, all right, now what do I need to do? Look at the top, click the molecular builder button. If you click the molecular builder button, then you've got instructions here. You can select a molecule from the list. You can drag electrons to create bonds. There is a check your answer button here. There's a reset button here. There's a view the instructions button here. So let's click anywhere to continue. So the first molecule I want to give you an example of is water. Water, we see all of the atoms separated here. We only see the valence electrons. So I might look here and be like, okay, I've got all of the atoms here, and they're all not connected right now. So there's 1, 2, 3 total atoms. So if I go to my homework, total number of atoms, I know that there's 3. I'm also now going to count the number of valence electrons. So all of the electrons present, those are valence electrons. Remember oxygen right here? It's in that 6 column, it's got 6. That lines up with what we see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 valence electrons plus 1 plus 1. That is a total of 8. So valence electrons here is 8. Total number of bonded electrons. Okay, so now we need to answer about bonded electrons. We need to make something that represents H2O. Let's try that, folks. I'm gonna be like, oh, H2. Let me try this and be like H2O. Let me H2, and here's an O. Let me try that. Let me try. So I'm gonna go to the check answer button and see if I'm right. Oh, so it tells me I just did it wrong. There are still unbonded electrons available. All of the red electrons are the unbonded ones. So let me reset. I'm going to reset because it's not quite right. Are you sure you want to reset? Yep, I want to reset. Let me try bonding now when I click and drag the electron to the oxygen. I click drag an electron here, drag an electron here. Oh, this might seem like it's H2O. Let me check this now. Congratulations, we did this correctly. All of the electrons have been bonded, so now we need to compare it to the Lewis dot diagram. This is the stick diagram, same thing as our Lewis dot diagram. So this is H bonded to oxygen bonded to H, and it's right here. They look really similar, right? Here, we can see the individual electrons inside of the bond. So there's a bond here and a bond here. There's 2 bonds, meaning that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 total bonded electrons. So here there's 4 bonded electrons. Now let's go back and fill out this first box, molecule formula. When we're looking for the molecule formula, I want this represented in just letters and numbers. Up here, this shows me the letters and numbers. Notice how I can't copy and paste this though. So this says water. The molecule formula is H2O. We've seen that before. Notice that the 2 is little. We need to pay attention to that, how that 2 is little. Up here, this describes how to make like a 2 little, like in H2O. On PC, you click Control and the comma at the same time, and it'll make the number, it'll make the next thing you type small. If you want to undo that, you have to click it again to make the next number big. So I'm going to type it H, that's big. Now I'm going to do control and comma. I draw a 2. Look how it's now a tiny 2 on my screen. That's what we want to represent that there's 2 hydrogens. I clicked it again to represent O. A mistake that you're probably going to make is that you're not going to click it again and then you've got H2O. Look how the O is little again. We don't want that. We want to make sure that the O is big because it's an oxygen, and we want that big to represent that here. So the molecule formula here is H2O. If you need to rewatch that in order talking about how to make the subscript small, you need to do that. I will not accept as an answer H2O. That is wrong. H2O, that is wrong because we need to see the number small next to H. We're going to get into why that is, but for right now, you just need to know that making numbers small is different than making them big. Our last thing that we need to do is get a screenshot of the formula, or sorry, not of the formula, of the Lewis dot structure, which is over here. So on Mac, you can do Command Shift 4, and like say, I'm gonna take a screenshot of, I'm gonna pretend like I'm you, and I'm taking a screenshot of like the whole page here. So I just took a screenshot of the whole page here, and then I'm like, okay, now it's time for me to put it in to my of course, I've got a million things open right here. Now I want to drag this screenshot into the box here. Screenshot getting dragged into the box. But I'm gonna be like, I can't see anything here. You need to change this so that I can actually see it. How do you actually do that? If you double click it, now you see these little black boxes around here. You want to crop this to be what you want to see. So we want to see the white box down here because that white box has the Lewis dot diagram. It has the dots, the letters, and the lines. So we click enter here, and now we're saying like, okay, this is really small. Let's drag it to make it big so we can actually see it. Oh, look at that. It's now an actual like readable size. This is really important. This is like more than just chemistry. This is like, how do we like restructure the size of an image that we're inputting onto a document online? Like that is going to be applicable to your life if you ever use a computer at any point in your life ever again. Like this is a helpful tool. Again, a reminder, you double click and look, you can change the boundaries by grabbing. See how this makes a little black arrow? You change that little black arrow and it crops it for you. Super important. Look how this is like a normal size right here. Okay, so that's the end of me giving the example. For that one, you need to do it for these molecules right here. You will find those molecules here. You need to match the name and you need to do it. So say you need to do it for methane, you're going to see this screen. It gives you the molecule formula up here. You need to do this, check it, and insert the screenshot of the correct Lewis dot diagram. So that should take, I don't know, 20-ish minutes probably. Next thing you need to do is research one of the three: ammonia, methane, or formaldehyde. Oftentimes when you research chemicals and you just click them into Google and click search, you're going to get some information that is like kind of dense and hard to read because it assumes that you know a lot about chemistry. So instead, we're going to go to look at this simple.wikipedia.org. When we click that, this brings us to this page, the simple Wikipedia page, which is like way better for like understanding like really complicated topics. Because right now we're a beginner at chemistry. We want to get the beginner information. So we might search here like formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. So we search that and it's going to give us a short little bit here. What you want to do initially is just take it and you want to copy and paste it. So you're going to copy that information. You're pasting it in here. This is why it says copy and paste. You have to highlight all the vocab words that are new to you. So you rewrite it, you reread it and you highlight it. You can have as many words highlighted you want. Like, I'm not going to be like, that's too many new words. Like, no, it's totally fine if all the words are new. Some of the words are new. Then it's your job to put this into your own words, You probably shouldn't be using any of the new highlighted words. So you should probably try to be figuring out what's another way to put this in a way that I can make it my own words. The last thing that you have to do is you get to create your own new molecule from the free experiment tab. So this is a molecular builder tab. This is the free experiment tab here. So instructions, again, you get to select as many atoms as you want here. Say I want to do like a boron and a carbon and a hydrogen and another hydrogen. I want to see like, can I make a molecule out of this? So your job is to like try and connect the electrons, make your own molecule. Don't do this because I don't think this can even make a molecule. After you do that, you get to say what is the total number of atoms, valence electrons, bonded electrons. Take a screenshot, not of the Lewis dot structure. Let me screenshot of just the molecule itself. Like screenshot the actual thing that's connected here because it won't give you a Lewis dot once you check it. It's not going to like automatically create one for you. And then I need you to try and say like, what do you think the molecular formula is going to be? Use the number and letters. This might be hard for you. Just make your best shot on it though. That's it for the explanation for the homework. That's it. Yeah. Deuces. Have fun.